This one's for Halloween. Today, the story of a man, a monster, a cemetery, and the place where it all comes together on the map. Charles B. Watts moved to Central California by way of Texas in 1850. He was a local inspector. He also owned a saloon somewhere between Coarsegold and Fresno Flats, later to be named Oakhurst. He did get into a very public dispute with a guy named John Porter. The dispute was over some jewelry that Watts claimed to have given Porter for safekeeping, but Porter claimed it was to secure a note for goods, collateral basically. The dispute grew into a lawsuit. Well, that wasn't the only time Charles ever made the papers. Towards the end of his life, when he knew he was sick, he called his lawyer and said, "Come draw me up a will." And the lawyer did that. He showed up, prepared the papers, and then CB said, "I'm really tired. I'm going to go to bed and I'll sign these forms tomorrow." He never got the chance. He died that very night. And that little snafu about not signing the will turned into quite the scandal, and it made the papers again. Well, even after he died, Charles made the papers one last time. This time because when they were digging his grave, the ground was so hard they had to use dynamite, the sound of which, it was said, echoed through the entire valley. The valley that now carries his name, Watts Valley, on the map of Fresno County. Oh, by the way, this story may send a chill down your spine. The story of the Watts Valley Cemetery wolf ape. A frightening creature. Native Americans were telling stories about this creature long before European settlers ever arrived. But the most recent story is the story of a man and his uncle who were hunting for garnets in the area. A creature, matted gray fur, body of a dog, face of a baboon, suddenly charged them. And in a moment of inspired brilliance, they threw cinnamon gum at it. That odd scent seemed to confuse the creature long enough. Moments later, a cemetery caretaker pulled up in his truck and gave them a lift. From the safety of the cab, the three men watched as the wolf ape sniffed around before finally disappearing back into the brush. Is the Watts Valley wolf ape real? I leave it to you to decide. Betty McMurtry passed away and was buried here in 2010. The reason why I bring it up is because her son Dan lives just over the hill, and he helped us with our story today. With Josh Dean behind the camera, I'm AJ Fox. You can watch this and other installments of our On the Map series brought to you by the Fresno City and County Historical Society. Just go to our website, yourcentralvalley.com/on the map. So thank you to Dan, first off, because he helped us with the story and cleared up some of the wolf ape stuff. Also, in addition to our website, I found out that apparently we're killing it on YouTube. So you can go to @yourcentralvalley and YouTube and watch these same stories.
That one might have been my favorite one.
You think so? I enjoyed it. Okay, it was all the emotions, right?
Yeah.
It was the eerie, scary part, and then that sentimental thing at the end.
Yeah.
Good job.
Where were you standing in the first headstones?
That's the Watts Valley Cemetery.
And is there any other marker other than those headstones?
There are a few,
okay.
and they show up in other on the map stories.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. So you got to pay attention.
Right.